Three Manchester United stars could be handed their debut before the end of the season. Which academy players does Amorim rate and ready to potentially involve? More positive news on Cunha to Manchester United. We found out yesterday that even if we don't get Champions League football, the player is open to the move. It now looks like Manchester United are ready to begin talks and start on the deal. One of the biggest criticisms I have of Man United is taking ages to get a deal done. Can we do the groundwork? Can we get something done early? I know that obviously we need to sell to buy. We need Rashford, Anthony, Sancho gone to invest in the attack, and that could mean we have to wait till further in the transfer window. But if we can get some groundwork done, that would be great. Updates on the lap, recap on other Cunha news and stories, updates on Victor Osimhen, news coming in about his wage demands, which could be a bit of a blow for United, and more links to the young River Plate winger Ian, who we were linked to and spoke about last week. So, hello, and welcome back to Alice Talks Football. Welcome back to your 10-minute Manchester United news and transfer news and update roundup, where I'm going to round up all the latest Manchester United news you need to know into a 10-minute video. Let's dive into it. There's growing confidence behind the scenes at Manchester United that Jack Morehouse is in line to make his first team debut before the end of the season. Several League One and League Two clubs have already inquired about signing Jack Morehouse on loan next season. He could be part of the post-season tour to Asia. So this was said by Nathan Salt and Chris Wheeler. Nathan Salt has very good links in regards to the academy and often gives scoop and insight in regards to the United Academy. Now, he is talking about Jack Morehouse. Now, interestingly, Ruben Amorim went and watched an under-21s game where Jack Morehouse was probably standout player and man of the match. And since then, he's always had a little bit of an eye on Jack Morehouse. Now, Jack Morehouse, some say he could play in the pivot, but he's definitely a number 10 for me. His ball carrying ability is very good. He's very physical as well for his age, and I think physicality at youth level is sometimes a weakness for a lot of players that might have the technicality, but I think Morehouse is the most technically ready. There was talk back in the January window of Morehouse and Collier going out on loan because they are the more physically developed of the academy players, and one thing Ruben Amorim wants is physicality. He wants intensity, he wants ball carrying for his system, and if you look at the profile, Jack Morehouse really brings that. Jack Morehouse and Mantato, in terms of profiles that suit the system, are two academy players that do that. Gobo Kokonki suits the physicality and profile of the system as well. Another player that's recently been getting on the bench. So there'd be no surprise if we saw Morehouse potentially given a debut, even if it's 10-15 minutes off the bench. What I do think is it's been confirmed that United are going over to Asia just after the season ends to play a few games over there. And I think we'll see Jack Morehouse in action. I think we'll see some of the young kids in action in those games. I think Ruben Amorim will definitely be taking a look at the kids in pre-season and deciding what he might do, a little bit like Ten Hag did with Maino and 2 pre-seasons ago and Collier last pre-season. It was also said by Manchester United Academy that Ruben Amorim holds Jack Fletcher and Morehouse in high regard. While this doesn't guarantee they'll see playing time before the end of the season, it's definitely two to keep an eye on. Both have made a strong impression in youth matches and have earned a spot. So that also was said on those two players, again, one being Morehouse. So, again, he might not get his debut, but one to keep an eye out is that Morehouse could be given his debut before the end of the season. Even if it's 10 minutes off the bench, he's highly, highly rated. Ruben Amorim likes him. He also likes Jack Fletcher. And another player, and there was a talk and a rumour, but it wasn't confirmed, that one of the reasons we might not look at a right wing-back is because of how highly rated Bentito Mantato is. Bentito Mantato is extremely highly rated by Manchester United and very much could be in the frame to be pushed towards first team before the end of the season. Mantato, Fletcher and Morehouse all rated by Amorim and could be given a shock debut before the end of the season. So these are the three players most likely to get minutes. There isn't much talk of Sekou Kone, who I know again is a player that's come in and is quite highly rated. These are the three names that are most likely to be given minutes before the end of the season. Now, Ruben Amorim is only going to give minutes to these players if he feels that it's sustainable for them to come into. It might be one of the last games of the season, could be the last game of the season, and is willing to give them a 10-minute run around. He's not going to throw those young players in the deep end. We've seen that before. But Mantato, very, very highly rated. Again, explosive wing-back, can play on the wing. Big fan of him. I think, again, he'll be looked at heavily in pre-season. You've got to remember how young these kids are. You can't expect them to come in next season and save us, but they could show glimpses. But we need to get that stable first team core. So it's great to bring the youth in, it's great to sign youth, but you've got to give youth time. So, and to be able to give youth time, you need good first team players where the youth can learn from and not be relied upon so much to step up. They're talking of someone ready-made, Matheus Cunha. Manchester United are set to hold talks with Matheus Cunha's agent in the coming days and is seriously considering a move, was said by Ben Jacobs. Now, Cunha coming in at left 10, but if Morehouse takes his chances, he could definitely come in and be an understudy for that role if Morehouse gets a chance and looks good as well, because he seems pretty physically developed for his age. Cunha with potentially Morehouse being a player that could learn from him, I think would be great. But they're talking about United seriously considering the move, set to hold talks with the agent. The move could progress. This was obviously said yesterday. Manchester United are interested in signing Matheus Cunha. He has a release clause of 62.5 million, which kicks in this summer. Cunha's agent will fly to England to face-to-face talks with potential suitors and already made some initial contact with United, though looks like there could be some movement there with Cunha interested in the deal, which is a big boost there. Continue on into Delap. Manchester United are poised to open discussions with the representatives of Cunha over potential move to Old Trafford alongside Delap as preparations are made for the summer transfer window. It looks like the approach we're going for is potentially Cunha and Delap. I think that could be the approach. I'm happy with that. I still think a ready-made striker that would be able to guarantee 20 goals is ideal for me. But I look at Cunha and I think he's proven. If you brought Delap and Dibbling in, I'd be a little bit worried because Dibbling isn't very proven, Delap isn't very proven. But Delap and Cunha, at least one of those players is proven. I would rather I like Delap, big fan of him. Be happy if we signed Delap, but I'd still rather a little bit more of an experienced player because this is another project signing in Delap, and we've done that with Højlund. Although I do think he's an upgrade on Højlund. Do like Delap. I'm happy if we signed Delap, but I still think if you can get a Victor Gyökeres, you'd have to prioritise over Delap. I think if you get Champions League, you sell Rashford, Sancho, Anthony. I think you could do a deal for Victor Gyökeres, but it's going to be difficult. I think Osimhen is about wages. In terms of Cunha alternatives, apparently Ruben Amorim has pinpointed Sporting star Francisco Trincao as an alternative option to lure to Old Trafford if he misses out on Cunha. We've also been linked to the Everton player. In Dye, is that how you say his name? As potential alternative. Morgan Rogers is one we like, but not seen as feasible as well. Xavi Simons could be one to watch, but could be expensive. I know early in the season we looked at Malik Tillman, but he picked up an injury. So there's probably a few names to watch there in the 10 position. Continuing on, Victor Osimhen is targeting a move to the Premier League or Juventus once his loan spell at Galatasaray ends. He's available for £55 million, which is only 15 million more than Delap, and I'm all over that. But the problem is his wage demands is 180k a week after tax, which is like 320k a week, which I don't think is something United are willing to pay. And I think that's what's holding him back. If he was on 180k a week and he cost £55.5 million, I think United would do that. But to give him 300k a week, it's a big risk when you want to get down the wage bill when we're not in the Champions League. And also, if players would rather go to Saudi than the Premier League because he's going to be offered more money when he's in his prime years, it doesn't show the best attitude, I guess, which is what you not want to get away from. But I'd still go for Osimhen, and I hope that he could use the love of playing in the Premier League to lower his wage demands. Continuing on then, we've got more links to young winger Ian Sibberbury. I don't know if I've said his surname right, but there's 2 wonder kids at River Plate right now, obviously the third as well. But Franco Mastantuono, someone we're linked with, but apparently could be £30 million in Ian Sibberbury. Now, I'm not going to act like I know loads about Ian Sibberbury. I just follow the ins and outs of Argentinian football, so I'm aware of who the high-rated players are, and you see a few clips here and there. But he has been scouted. He's one to keep an eye on. It could be a possible signing. Arsenal also interested, again, confirmed by Nathan Salt and Chris Wheeler. Interestingly, Sully Talk said just last week that United have entered the race for Argentinian wonder kid Ian Sibberbury, touted as the next big thing in South America, and over 13 clubs across Europe in a hot pursuit for him, with Chelsea leading. No surprise that Chelsea's name is mentioned, that Chelsea are apparently leading, because if there's a young player, Chelsea are always in for them. But Vivel is looking there. We know one thing about Vivel. He's been looking all over the world, looking at some young gems to bring in, and Ian Sibberbury could be one of the names on Vivel's list. And as shown here, again, this isn't my analysis. This is Amorim's best pals analysis on Sibberbury. He's given him a 9 out of 10, left-footed player, good ball control, explosive dribbling, acceleration, and vision compared to the likes of Angel Di Maria. So could be one to watch. We've also been linked to Chris Rigg. We've also been linked to Mora. We've also been linked to a number of young talents. I think this window we bring in 4 first-team signings and maybe 1 younger talent that's going to go into the first team and 2 younger talents that go into the academy, if I was going to guess the business that Manchester United could be doing this summer. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching, and bye.